on the Big Six Bands YouTube. Corey's in the building, Casey's in the building. We've got Victor, we've got Joe in the building as well. Large of everyone that is tapped in. Hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do that. Make sure you hit the like button immediately. Subscribe to the channel as well. What are the man them telling me? Everybody good? Everyone good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm good.
Everyone quiet. I can tell it's international break, man. Everyone's energy's low. You know what I'm saying? International break just killed everyone's energy like that.
Bro, the weekends international break can't end soon enough.
International break killed everybody, man. Jesus. It is large up to everyone in the chat as well. As always. You know what I'm saying? Say that again.
No, I've seen it's shocking. Malta, North Macedonia, it's just not been good enough, and it hasn't given me any excitement over, which I didn't expect anyway. International break is generally rubbish, and yeah, I just can't wait for the Premier League to come back. I'm missing it daily, and now we're getting to the point where we're not getting another international break for a little while, so
it's gonna run through.
Yeah, it's gonna run through.
Not too much. Corey, what you telling me, fam? You good? Enjoyed the international break? I know I have. What are you telling me?
I have to for this.
International break,
I have to. I've enjoyed it. No Western United. I don't even look at social media no more for this United stuff. I don't think about football until the day my team has to play. I feel much better. I feel I can get on with my day, go to work, and like I'm happier that way. Too invested in the team brings a downfall. So yeah.
Nah, facts. Morale is higher. That I feel you. What did Chelsea done saying? Victor, Joe, what you man saying? Enjoyed the international break? Not enjoyed it? Where do you lot stand?
Nah, it's been awful. Why should we enjoy it? We were just on a run. Newcastle has 14 injuries and then they get 2 weeks off. Like, I wanted to play them.
All right, first. So you confident going into that? Obviously, we'll get everyone's thoughts, but quickly, you confident going into that game?
We better damn win.
That's not why, yeah.
We better damn win.
Are you confident getting a result going into that game? Is the question I'm asking.
Yeah, I am actually pretty confident in the result, to be honest. So,
all right. First, Victor, what are you saying? International break? Enjoyed it? Not? You know what I'm saying? What are you telling us?
If you asked me a year ago today, I'll say I'm enjoying the international break because Chelsea last season was terrible. But actually, I'm actually looking forward to watching this now. Yeah, it's kind of ruined our momentum, but good teams build on from whatever we did like last game against City and just build on to the next game against Newcastle. So we'll see.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Large up to everyone who is locked in as well. Continue to run up the like, share across all the socials, subscribe to the channel, Big Six Bands as well. Yes, Month is on a break. That's all it is. So that's why I'm here, but Months will be back. He may even drop in. You know what I'm saying? If there's a Liverpool slander, he'll probably drop in at some point. But as you lot can see from the title as well, Varane to leave Manchester United, so those rumours of him being linked to Bayern Munich, Douglas Luiz to replace Thomas Partey, plus more as well. Of course, any questions you lot have, feel free to get in. And of course, if you super chat, we will get to your question as well. But see, as I said, Liverpool slander, look who appeared in the chat, Months. You know what I'm saying? Told you lot. You know what I'm saying? Be lurking. Told you that he'd be lurking 100%. But we'll start with Varane and his rumors. Like I said, move away to Bayern Munich. Corey, what are you telling me? Thoughts?
First of all, you just stopped me in it straight away. Thank you for this.
It's only right.
Second of all, I don't even think this is true anyway. Like, I'll be honest, I don't even think it's true. I just think that, one, why would Bayern look to be going? Why would Bayern be looking at Varane? Like, they could look at a younger talent. There's more established players, centre backs that are better than Varane anyway, that they could buy. There's no, for me personally, there's no real reason to go buy Varane. He's quite injury prone, actually, not even a little bit. He's quite injury prone. There's no real reason except experience, but they already have experience at the backs there anyway.
The back two is called Upamecano and
Kim and Jay.
it's De Ligt. Is it Kim and Jay? De Ligt's still
Kim and
there,
Jay.
right?
Yeah,
Kim
but they got Kim and Jay there as well.
They got
Kim
Yeah,
and
they got
Jay,
Kim
De Ligt, and Upamecano.
But let's. I know. Yeah, go on, Corey. Carry on. Say what you're saying. Carry on. What you're saying.
I mean, Upamecano is a bit sus. I'll be real, but
Kim and Jay,
what was the other one? Sorry,
De Ligt. That goes to show how much you rate him that you said the other one. But I understand, Corey, I respect your stance on this already.
Like,
I know you enough to know why you are saying what you are saying. But go on.
Like they already have enough centre backs there. Even De Ligt and Kim and Jay are both better than Varane in my personal opinion, as of now. Varane's slowly going downhill due to the age, which is understandable. But there's no reason for Varane to go Bayern. I don't think it makes sense for him. He will barely play in that side, in my personal opinion. And there's just no real reason, really. So if he does go, hope we get a good cut price from that. But I highly doubt he will.
All right, so you flipped it onto to the Bayern Munich side of things, but how do you look at it from a Manchester United fan perspective? Like, would you sell him like in January, summer? Or are you saying keep him regardless? Have to ask these things.
You think my club is smart enough to go and sell Varane and then buy a good centre
No,
back?
I know what our club's like. You know what I'm saying? We know this, but I'm asking you. You know what I'm saying?
So,
would you? Because I know there's certain players that Corey that you would move on in a heartbeat. So that's why I'm asking. Like, would you move him on? Like, that's why I'm asking.
I have to, with the team I support and love, I have to think different with it. I have to think like an idiot. So with that, we're not sending. He'll probably leave on a free. On the real, he'll probably leave on a free. They'll run down his contract to the end. He'll leave on a free. I would not.
When does his contract run out? If anyone in the chat knows, let us know. Yeah, go on.
Who?
Go on, Joe.
Whose contract?
We're talking about Varane.
Oh, I can't tell you off the top of my head.
Yeah, the chat might know. But yeah, go on. Carry on, Corey.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves on a free. We'll run his contract down to the end. Maybe hit the extension button at the very end. Maybe the last minute of his contract, and then try to maybe sell him off there and get peanuts for it. So, my club don't operate in a football fashion. You see, so I have to think, how long and how stupid my club is. So with that, that's why I don't think he's leaving. It would make sense if he left. To go buy a younger centre back that is, for the cause for Man United. Will stay there for a few years, develop, become very well. But I don't see Man United doing that. So with that, I don't think he's leaving.
No, that's fair. KC, over to you. I know we've not even spoken about this. I know you got thoughts on this. So yeah, thoughts on the rumor.
On the Varane rumor?
Yeah, the Varane rumor. I can see the smile on your face. I know you've definitely got thoughts on this. Go on.
My thoughts on this isn't so much to do with Varane, because it's more to do with the fact that Ten Hag has chosen Johnny Evans and Maguire over Varane. Now, I don't know if it's because it can't be for me because of footballing ability. Varane is light years ahead of both Johnny Evans and Maguire. So there has to be something going on back room. But now this is yet another player Ten Hag has an issue with, or that the players aren't happy with. And it's a fairly new player. Varane, he's been a model professional at previous clubs. Why would he now come to Man United and, join the bandwagon of, just turning on the manager? So I'm looking at Ten Hag and thinking, the man management of the players that, you was lauded for at Ajax, having all these talent and being able to have all these players do what you wanted them to do, to now coming to United, which is a huge step up, and you can't do it. So, yeah, the links to him going Bayern, I think he should do it. He should just escape United. United is cursed. They're finished. They're done. He should just escape, and because he's already slightly tarnishing his name. The longer he stays there, he at least won a trophy. At least he can say that. You can leave United and say, I won a trophy there, at least. So before it gets worse, just leave and, you know, join a proper football club in Bayern.
What, like Arsenal?
No, not myself. We don't need people on the decline. We want people on the up, not the down. But Bayern Munich, you know, the league's a bit slower, as they say. It might work for Varane. He's still quality, so yeah, I think it's a good move.
Yeah. And Ed, you right? Yeah, KC brushed his teeth just before because bro is cheesing too hard right now. That's why I asked the question. I already knew that he'd have thoughts on it beforehand, and we hadn't spoken about this. This is the first time me and KC had spoken about this. Like I already knew what it was going to be. Joe, over to you as well. Thoughts on this rumor. Bear in mind, people, this is just a rumor. There's nothing concrete, but we're here to discuss it regardless because it is an interesting topic. What are you saying, Joe?
So I feel like a little bit of what Casey had said was a little true, but you know, there is no smoke without fire, like the whole him being dropped kind of thing. But he doesn't look good when they put him on the pitch either. So like, I guess I understand why he's been dropped. The big thing with this is I do think that one of the center backs at Munich is going to be like swapped out, and so one of them will end up being sold because they've been trying to get Trevor Chalobah for like the last I don't know 6 to 8 months.
Yeah, I forgot they was aiming for Chalobah.
And that's with the 3 that they have currently. So like I could definitely see it like, and Tuchel likes his older center backs, like wiser center backs, I guess you could call them. Like when he liked to play Thiago Silva and Rudiger at the same time when we had a couple young guys that he could play as well. I mean, it's a rumor, right? Like how much can we take out of it? But I mean, also like the other side of it that you can look at, the Manchester United side of it too, is doesn't he Sir Jim really want to try to get Todibo?
Oh, Todibo.
Yeah, so like
he's not even taking in regards just to the Jim Ratcliffe thing, and I get Corey's thoughts on that because I actually don't know his thoughts on that. Like later on during the show, he's still not taking over.
Yeah, I think that's just a logistics thing, though. You feel me? Like I feel like these types of things with like taken over, like I don't think there's any hiccups in it. Otherwise, there's been something would have been said.
Hey, fuck you, sir.
Pick up Winter Server.
Hey, fuck you, sir. But shout out, sir. Yeah, go on, Joe. Carry on.
Yeah, that's been my biggest. That's been the biggest thing that I could see out of it is like they're probably gonna want to replace him with Todibo.
Mm-hmm. I believe that when I see it. But that's a whole different conversation in regards to Jim Ratcliffe and United's future signings. And someone else I know who's going to be ecstatic to talk about is Victor. Floor's yours. Varane rumors to Bayern Munich. What do you mean? I know you'd be ecstatic. Look at you smiling, you prick. Go on. You know what I'm saying? This guy. Floor's yours.
I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about Varane now. I think he makes sense for him to leave because I don't think he wants to be there. I don't think Pakistan wants him to be there, I'll be honest. Because the fact that Johnny Evans and Maguire's playing up there, I don't think he wants to be there. And Bayern just lost Lucas Hernandez in the summer, so I think we're just looking to replace the centre backs. We've got 3 centre backs. Last time I checked, like they play Kim Min-jae or De Ligt, and they either sub one off. So I think Tuchel like needs 4 centre backs. That's how he likes to play. He just needs that kind of security so he can rotate a bit more. Kim's played for a few more games. Upamecano's trash. Varane's better than him, so I guess he'll just come in his position. And he'll be playing De Ligt as much as well, so I don't think he trusts either of them. Which is kind of the main reason why I brought in Kim Min-jae. And also that experience from Varane, I think that's what Tuchel really likes. That kind of he likes having that kind of experience in his background. I know with Neuer back it helps a lot, but I think with Varane, it makes sense in my opinion for him to go there and play in that team. I think he'll do well. And also in the back 3, I think probably in the centre with.
Wait, did they play a back 3 or did they play a back 4?
They play back 4, but Tuchel always likes to go to back 3 anyway. It'll happen eventually once he gets centre backs. Because they only have 3 centre backs, so playing a back 3 with only 3 centre backs makes no sense. Because if one gets injured,
that's true.
you kind of have to revert one from right back to centre back, and he wouldn't do that. So I think he's kind of itching to play the back three. Just needs that kind of players to play the back three, which I think that's what he's kind of looking for. So I think Varane's a no-brainer for him. I think Varane should go as well. Like, leave the chaos that is Manchester United and go. Like, even though it's a stupid play, like go win something, go win the league title somewhere. I know you've done it with Real Madrid, but just go and like carry a legacy somewhere else.
Well, first. In regards to it, obviously, to give my thoughts on it quickly, like it makes from a Bayern Munich perspective, it makes sense. Whether it's a back four, whether it's a back three, let's not act like if Varane doesn't go to Bayern Munich, he's not one of their best centre backs. He's better than Upamecano. He's better than De Ligt. Like, let's just clarify that. If you want to say Kim and Jay's better than him, all right, I'm not even going to argue you down like that. But what I'm saying is he's top two. So it makes sense. He wouldn't be expensive. The reports did say that the stumbling block would be his wages because he's on big money. But, like, other than that, it's like, why would it not make sense from a Bayern Munich perspective? He improves them. I'm saying he improves them and he plays enough to the point where you go, all right, like, you're not injured to the point where you're playing 10, 15 games a season. Like league games and talking.
You don't have to play more. You don't have to play more than that at Bayern Munich.
Yeah, he'll be fine. So it makes sense from a Manchester United perspective. It makes no sense to sell him. Like whether it's in January, whether it's in the summer. Yeah, Corey mentioned it in regards to us replacing him, which is going to be impossible. Well, not impossible, but you know what Manchester United are like in regards to replacements. However, he's our best centre back.
We'll probably try grab Smalling or something. I'll be raw.
Say again.
You'll probably try grab Smalling back.
See, some nonsense like that.
That ain't even a lie though. Like, they're not.
That's not even. That would surprise me. That would surprise me.
Would you be surprised?
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
I would not.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I would not. And I think they're trying to get rid of him too. I think Roma are trying to get rid of him because Roma are also a club that are in for Trevor Chalobah. And they're trying to sign Malang Sarr on like a double transfer.
Yeah, so like, it would be just like us. So like in regards to replacing
it, bro. Victor, I don't know how we do it. We sell like no other team in England, bro. We can sell players like no other. We be selling the biggest bozos for the most money, and I don't know how the hell we've been doing it for so long, bro.
I don't know, man. Money laundering, isn't it? That's it's
outrageous. It's outrageous. But yeah, United selling Varane makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know where this
like if it was us selling Varane, we'll get 30 million for him. You guys selling Varane, you'll probably get like 10, 15. You know what I'm saying?
15?
Yeah, 30 million. I think 30 million is too low, man. Well, has like 5 Champions Leagues. Come on, man.
In that form, not playing currently.
The thing is, wait. Hold up, let's go this.
The wages, bro. Like you got to understand, once you put someone on high wages, the aspect of the transfer fee goes down because of how high you pay them in wages. You got to cover the difference in the cost of the remaining portion of the contract most of the time.
Yeah. Like it's big. It's what's it called? He's on big wages, but let's not act like Varane had the one bad game.
It's not about him as a player. Is not a $10 million player.
I hear that. I'm just talking about him being bad this season. He's not been bad this season. Overall, he's been average. He had the one bad game against Copenhagen. But overall, when he's played, he's been okay.
That's fair. Maybe I extended a little bit.
Yeah, like the Copenhagen game is the one that sticks out where he was awful. I don't get it mistaken, but other than that, when he's played, he's just been bad. I think they won. Let me check.
You can still get, and especially in Germany, you can still get a good 3 years out of him.
For sure.
100%.
So
the problem is with Varane,
smart enough defender to be able to play anywhere, really, though.
Yeah. But it's just his injuries, isn't it? It's more, can his body withstand another 3 years at the top level? Because obviously Bayern fight on all fronts for all the trophies they're in. They're expected to compete in the champs, expected to compete for the league, their domestic trophies, and arguably win them all. So is his body able to hack all of that? Because although Man United has those expectations, it's not the same, because United in recent years anyway haven't been competing for the biggest trophies. So
you right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you smart. It's just the joy it's just the happiness it brings you is what made me laugh, Casey. That's all it is. That's why I laugh. But your facts though. It's facts.
It would bring me happiness if my club was doing it. If my club was doing it and yours wasn't. But we're not doing it also. So I can't really be too happy Like, you know what
Nah,
I
I hear
mean?
you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I get exactly what you're saying, but we'll see what goes on with it. Do I see him moving in January? Probably not. Do I think he moves in the summer? Who knows? Depends. There's so many variables in regards to the manager still being here, in regards to the ownership, etc., etc. But I think I think with the injuries, is managing him. I think that's what it is. Bayern Munich is actually the perfect setup for him with having a De Ligt there and a Kim Min-jae, where if he does get injured, you've got those two who are, you know what I'm saying, who are good enough and are at the
I'll
age where
trade
they
him.
can get better as well. Who would you
I'll
trade? What you
trade him,
traded for who? What for Kim Min-jae?
No, not of a
Who
centre
got?
back. I need an attacker, bro. Like,
Oh,
I need
who
an
you
attacker.
taking?
Like,
Well, if we traded him, then we need a centre back.
Bring me Coman, bring me
Mhm.
Gnabry. Like, one of them two, I will.
No, not
Varane, by
Gnabry.
all means, go do your thing. Especially Coman. I will take Coman today.
Coman.
I'll take him today.
Gnabry's cheap.
Today.
Yeah.
And from then on, that will be the best transfer news I could ever ask for.
So you would trade Varane for a Kone
100.
or a Gnabry?
Coman,
sorry, or Gnabry.
Maybe Kimmich. Maybe Kimmich.
Coleman.
Kimmich.
Maybe Kimmich. How about this? I'll throw 40. I'll throw 40 extra. 40 extra.
But then again, this dream, you know what the problem is? Then Corey, we would still need a centre back.
Listen, yeah, I will roll the dice. I will roll the dice.
Listen,
I will roll the dice. I'll roll it.
Corey on vibes, man.
I'll roll the dice. I'll roll it.
Corey just does straight vibes. Man said, "Listen, I will roll the dice." What?
Listen, like, because I know that it's not gonna be all like, bro. We don't know what Man United will do. Like, we may go buy an established centre back that's doing good at the moment in time. Like, I wouldn't be surprised on that. But what I do know is we will overpay for an attacker. But if I can trade it for a player that I know personally that will do us well in Coman, by all means, I'm rolling the dice.
Coman do as well.
Bro, Coman, I don't even know why we're talking about Coman, because that's never.
Rip it up, I promise you that. He will rip it up. Any wing back, it will get long. I promise you that. It will get very, very long for any wing back.
Yo, Corey, I get it. You know, Manchester United have broken you. I understand, man. I get it. I'm there too. I fully get it. From when man said, "Listen," and roll the dice. Because here the thing is that's crazy about what you said. With Varane still being here, we still need another centre back regardless. So then if you trade Varane for, let's say, an attacking player, you then need two centre backs.
And then you still have Anthony, you still have Pellistri, you still have Garnacho, you still have Rashford, you still have Martial, you still have...
Oh yeah, all them I can go. Yeah, I'm with Corey.
We have one goal between 6
Mount don't play out wide. Dickhead.
We have one goal between 6 players, basically.
I get you have a crisis up top in terms of goal scoring. None of your attackers can score. I get that. But at the same time, what's been arguably keeping you there and thereabouts is your defense. So now, I know Varane of recent. I know. Wait, listen. Varane of recent hasn't been playing. But earlier at the season, in the beginning of the season, when you did get a couple grand out, a couple of results, and you was bigging up Varane's thing, he was there. He was part of that.
We got 2 wins on the bounce. Wait, hold on a second. We got 2 wins on the bounce with Varane. Then we played we played Tottenham, and we played Brighton literally straight after that. I think we had Nottingham Forest in between. We lost 3 out of the 4. And then Varane got injured.
I'm just letting you know Varane's an option because after now you're gonna have your centre backs list will be Maguire, Johnny Evans, a recovering Lisandro Martinez, and that's it.
Yeah.
Next,
I think we'll definitely get
Luke Shaw will have to become a centre back.
Yeah,
he's a good centre back though. Luke Shaw is a good
centre back.
Yeah, but Corey, that doesn't like as much as I want to agree with you. We would still need 2 centre backs, so you'd have to replace Varane and then get a backup to Varane.
But
the replacement to Varane.
I think we'll definitely get a centre back in this January transfer window, innit?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we definitely will. It would be.
But for me, Tadibo in January.
Actually, I actually don't know. Actually, I'll be real. I take
I was
it back.
about to say, yeah, you take that back.
I take it back.
You take
I take
that
it
back.
I actually don't know.
I think there's no question you guys get a center back. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
you
I
say
think there's
that.
absolutely no question.
You say that, but then we've always got a trick up our sleeve.
You know what? They
We
might.
always have a
Do you
trick
know
up our
they
sleeve.
might
Yeah,
not?
we
They
put,
might
you know what
just
that
Guys,
trick up his
they
sleeve.
might
Just
just
pull
get a
out.
left back or something. Something
Yeah.
to upgrade on the Luke Shaw and the Malacia. Basically, something to upgrade Malacia and just make Luke Shaw centre back permanently. Because they would
See,
love
that's-
it.
But they got regular.
Again.
You got regular on the long though.
That's
There's
sensible.
no way
Manchester United
you
don't do
guys
sensible.
get a center back.
All right,
no
Joe.
way.
We'll be here February the 1st, and we got no
we'll
centre
be
back.
here,
We
bro.
will be here.
No
you're
way
not
you
getting
guys
center
can
back.
go this
You're not getting
route the
center
way
back.
that you're going right now without another center
We
back.
need a whole new team. What are we talking about?
No kidding, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like what has been like the way that things have been reported and like you guys, the way that you guys are what you guys have been targeting. Like I there's no way you guys don't spend some type of money on a center back. I'm not saying you might be right and it might end up be Chris Smalling, bro. It might be. But I'm telling you, there's no way you don't go through the rest of the year with the center backs that you have.
All right,
I
cool.
wouldn't be
Once
surprised.
they
How
show
about
back
this?
and Martinez
I
back, they'll be
wouldn't
like,
be surprised if it's a
new
loan.
signings. Yeah, we could definitely do the loan thing.
We just loan a centre back.
We could definitely
loan
do the
some
loan.
dusty centre back that was probably good 10 years ago, but not good now.
We
But
could
somehow we
definitely
think
do
we
it.
can change it.
You
That's what I
guys
said.
are gonna go get Nicolas Pepe,
I
or
don't
not
know
Pepe,
who-
Nicolas
I
Pepe,
wouldn't be
just
surprised.
Pepe.
I don't know who you man be
Yeah,
watching
yeah.
where you man are so confident that United are going to go and do what needs to be done in January.
Matt Holmes,
40-year-old Pepe.
2024.
I'm just
Matt
looking.
Holmes,
I'm
2024.
just thinking because also you need to take into consideration your whole takeover, 25% takeover thing should be done before January, but it will be definitely has to be done by the end of January. So he'll have
really?
some say.
You seem
Oh,
quite
listen,
optimistic, Casey. You
Listen,
seem quite optimistic.
if there's no announcement between today and the start of the January transfer window, then for me, your club is beyond a joke because
Yeah, it's dusted if that's the case. It's absolutely dusted.
Not just we
he's
dusted before
literally,
this.
he's literally coming in.
I get
and
it.
This is slightly off topic.
You guys are the most formed team in the league, bro.
Great.
Smile. You're the most formed team in the league.
Coming in,
Great.
and he
We could be
said-
in 10. Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah,
he said
you could be us.
he said that he's
Yeah,
coming in and he's going to be taking over the footballing side, the sporting side of things. And January transfer window comes around once a year. So the thing, if he is not part of this January transfer window and he's lauding himself on coming in and taking over the whole sports thing and we're going to, change this, change that, invest this, invest that. If that is not the case and he can only start in the summer, then what's the point? What is the point in this whole, this whole year you lot have just gone through about a sell and this and that? If the transfer window, which he can actually affect, and you're not in a terrible position right now in the league. Yeah, you're playing poorly, but you're sixth. You're there and thereabouts. Like you could easily make top 4 if you get yourself together. If you cannot come in and affect this transfer window, for me, that's arguably unforgivable.
Bro, can you see my eyes, bro? Like, you see how tired I look constantly, bro. Like, I'm constantly looking tired. I've been like, listen, you're saying all of this stuff, and it sounds so logical, yeah. But bro, this is just not coming through to me, bro. I'll be so real to you. Like, we have been waiting over 12 months for something to happen, and you think that we're gonna pin our hopes on January, which is literally 2 months away. Like, seriously, you expect me to pin it on now January for the big change to come when me and Phyllis have both been waiting a year. You think that they're gonna do something right in employing him for a window? No chance, bro. You couldn't make me believe that. No chance, bro.
I hear you on that.
He'll probably get employed after the transfer window. He'll probably be employed after the transfer window.
I hear that. Like, I don't trust these people to. Let me just clarify. I don't trust these people to do anything. So I'll believe all this when I see it. Even with the Jim Ratcliffe, like the takeover. Like, well, 25% I should have. I believe that one because this was supposed to have happened. And now this date keeps getting pushed back, and they're saying an announcement should be imminent next week. But we got told that last week. So, yeah, we'll see. Big up to Surfer for the super chat. Varane for you promoting, who says no flawless. Sure, man, Surfer. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we still above you, Scrubs. How about that? But yeah, large up everyone that's tapped in. Just under 100 people locked in right now. Don't know how many likes were on, but not enough people. Run up the likes. Don't know how many were on, but let's run up the likes. Hit the subscribe button if you are indeed new as well. Hit the notification bell. Big Six Bands YouTube as well. Switching away from this United topic because, you know, it's depressing. We'll go to the second part of the title. Douglas Luiz to replace Thomas Partey. KC, floor is yours. Thoughts on this? Are you all for, in particular, let me ask you about letting Thomas Partey go. Never mind Douglas Luiz coming in to replace him. Where do you stand?
I'll be real. I don't want Partey to go.
First,
for me, he's still, you know, on his day, still arguably top 3 midfielders in the Prem. Top 4, maybe. Definitely top 5 in it. Definitely top 5 for me in the Prem on his day. He's something else. And I think in this Arsenal team where we've transitioned from, you know, all-out attack to having a bit more control in the game and sustaining pressure, I think Partey would be perfect right now. And him not playing and him missing is for me a big loss. So I don't know many players that we can go and get right now in the January transfer window that can come and do what Partey does. I get Douglas Luiz, but he's going to be very, very hard to get done. You know, it's not going to be as easy as just putting cash on the table and saying, come. You know, he's just signed a contract. Villa aren't doing bad at all. You know, he's having a great season. Unai can, you know, easily persuade him to stay till the end of the season. And then Partey's gone and then we don't have Luiz. So I don't want to let Partey go really under any circumstance. I'd rather wait till the summer and get an actual replacement because I believe that he's quality.
All right, fair enough. So what would you take? So you don't want Partey to go, but you take Douglas Luiz in addition to what you already have, I'm guessing.
Yeah, because what we're getting of Partey right now is, you know, how many games has he played in the Prem? I don't even know.
He has been injured a lot. Is he out till New Year as well with this injury he's got?
Okay. Yeah, so it just feels like, you know, last season I thought we turned the corner in terms of, you know, getting the injuries down to a minimum, and we did, and it showed. When we had Partey for a majority of the season, you could see how good Arsenal are with him in the team, and we looked a lot different with him not being in the team. So yeah, man, I don't want him to go, and but Douglas Luiz, if we can get him for a decent price, I'm all for it.
Good. Fairs. What are you saying, Corey?
Just another good player. Just another good player going to Arsenal, isn't it?
Yo, Corey, you are broken, man. I get it, man. I'm with you. I get it.
I'm watching it. Bro, I'm just watching everyone. I'm watching everyone making signings that make sense to a degree. Like, obviously, Partey's better than Douglas Luiz, but Partey's seriously injury prone. Like, he hasn't. Has he played a game this season? I don't even know.
Yeah, I swear he played. Yeah, he played because he was playing right. He's played like 2 or 3 because he was playing right back for them. I remember because that was the conversation.
Well, he hasn't played a lot, and that happened. That didn't happen last season, but he was out for a lot of big games last season as well. So you know, just another signing Arsenal's going to make, which is going to bolster them. Now, Douglas Luiz is by far not a terrible player. He's above average in my personal opinion. Will he suit Arteta's system? That remains to be seen, but it's well worth the shot. How much is he looking for? How much is he on the go for?
Oh, sure. How much is it? Well, how much are they saying? Has there been any rumored figures? Hey, in the chat, if you don't know, let us know. I've not heard no rumored figures whatsoever. I've heard nothing.
I haven't heard anything about that.
I heard nothing.
I just know that they're linked, right?
I haven't heard anything.
60. I'd assume it's somewhere there. After him just literally last season signing the contract, just in the summer, he signed the contract.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't you guys try to get him like right before the end of the transfer window?
Yes, and then he ended up signing a new contract with Villa. And then we obviously had to change our attentions and get someone else, but they made it clear they didn't want to let go of him. And then now, the same thing, 55 million release clause apparently.
55's release clause.
Wait, it's a 55 million release clause. Oh, that's cheap still.
That's not bad.
Casey, where do you think you'll play him? That's, I guess, my real question. Do you play Rice at the 6, or do you play him or Rice at the 8?
I think Rice would be the 6, and it'd be Douglas Luiz and Odegaard as the 2 8s.
Okay.
Do
you think he's the right profile for that?
Yeah, because I think Douglas Luiz could do the changing with Rice. So, Douglas
the inner swaps of when he moves up. Gotcha.
That's it. So I think they both have that balance, because Douglas Luiz is good at both. He's good at ball progressing. He's good at not driving forward, but he's good at bringing the ball forward. So is Declan Rice. He can also do the defensive work and dictate from the back end. He doesn't mind coming back and getting the ball from the defenders and starting the attack from deep. So yeah, no, I think he'll be fine.
Do you think that would be the only move you guys make in the January, if you were to make a move?
Well, we've been loosely linked with Vlahovic. I'm not sure how strong those rumours are, but yeah, I think we go in the market for a striker. Not saying that we'll definitely get one, but I think we'll attempt to get one. Whether it.
Do you think? The other thing that I was wondering is do you think that you'll just pay the release clause for Douglas Luiz, or you'll end up using Emile Smith-Rowe for Douglas Luiz?
I think we're gonna have to do something like that, because money apparently it's tight after our spending in the summer. We've got to watch, what we can do. So I don't think
that's question. Next question I was going to ask.
Yeah, I don't
that
think
was the question you were going to ask.
I was going to ask. Do you think the Douglas Luiz thing is Arteta admitting he fucked up in the summer?
Yes and no. Yes, because whenever you go back in for a player, it kind of shows that you really want.
I think it's 100% yes, Casey.
I think 100% because he went for
pay
Douglas
Kai
Luiz
Havertz,
first.
you're paying another $60 million
Exactly.
for another player. That
And he went shit. And he went shit. This guy's actually not as good as I thought he was, or he's not as good as I thought Douglas Luiz would be. And they're like,
I don't think we could have got Douglas Luiz at the time. I think they basically said to us, we're not selling him. He's signing a new contract and he's not going anywhere. I think that's why attention's turned to Havertz, and he kind of thought, I could make something of Havertz. It's kind of one of Arteta's projects, almost. Like, I can, mold Havertz into this player that I can see, because he has attributes. He is tall. He's, he can, hold up the ball, which I know a lot of players can do, but these are just attributes that he likes in his midfield. And I think he thinks he can make Havertz into something. We wait to see. We really do.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. And just quickly to get to the super chat, big on the boss for the super chat, much appreciated. Just to clarify, no, I haven't replaced Mo. Mo is still cool with everyone here at Big Six Bands. I'm cool with Mo. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be on. He messaged me today. I'm gonna be on his channel tomorrow. So shout out to Mo. No, there's no issues. You lot always looking for some form of pass up and some form of problem. So no, just to clarify, you will see Mo on
they
his
always
channel.
want drama.
Yeah,
all
the time. Everybody's cool. Everyone here is cool. Everyone here is a big.
They want someone to fight with somebody, someone to be arguing with somebody.
I'm cool with Mo. So no, there's been no replacements whatsoever. We're all cool with Mo, and Mo's cool with us. There's no dramas, there's no issues whatsoever. Big up to Mo every single time as well, just to clarify. And big up to Honesty for the super chat as well. Says Liverpool are the club leading the push to resolve Manchester City's financial fair play case, applying pressure on the Premier League to resolve their investigation. I bet they are. But that being said, speaking of financial fair play and investigations, Chelsea, I'm saying Victor, Joe, floor's yours. Thoughts on you lot and the potential, and I put points deduction in quotation marks. And honestly, big up for the super chat as well. Well, yeah, go on, you man. Thoughts on before we get to the Manchester City thing. Chelsea.
Yeah, Joey, you can go first.
You want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
All right. So
I said, all right.
So this is the funniest thing that happens to our club during international break. All right. First things first, okay? For us to get a point deduction, we must be charged. Okay, let's make sure that we all get this we must be charged with something. To get a point deduction, we must be charged with something. Okay? We have not been charged with anything. There has been no charges happened. So, this is what we call sensationalism. This is what happens when in sports media when there is nothing to goddamn talk about. So they make these types of stories up to allow some type of reporting to happen because there is no reporting being done. It's just all, Everton got banned. So let's make Chelsea. Oh, we could do Man City too because they got those charges, and Chelsea have somewhat charges. So
have Chelsea been investigated? Are you currently being investigated?
Bro, you want to know how many times you want to say we've been investigated?
No.
Probably our entire existence.
But that's not. Yes, I get that, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm talking about right now. Are you currently under investigation right now? Is what I'm asking.
So Todd Bowley found like files. His team found files of Roman paying agents like extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they gave to the FA saying, "Look, this was here before we got there." It's like get to a house and then knocking the wall, and you see like some mad thing on the wall. It's like, yo, he report to the president like, yo, that was there when I got it. The guy who bought the house was the guy who left that there. So you come and get that. I'm not involved. So basically, what they did was before the FA could actually find anything like basically it's a RICO case. Before the FA could find anything like to do.
So they basically said this was the previous regime, not us. So now, there's no investigation. There's just evidence against you lot so far, right?
Just
now I get it. Okay.
Ourselves to the FA. And then when I saw it, when I first saw it, I was like, okay. I thought maybe
basically it's not necessarily enough for them to get something real on us. It's like just like here's the evidence. Like a RICO case is a perfect example of it. Is like they're trying to get enough evidence to get the whole club, right? Mm-hmm. But realistically, all they have is enough evidence to get Roman, which they already got rid of. So like it's just like it would have been like, okay, Roman, let's slap you on the wrist again, because it's like how do you punish an entity that you as the Premier League brought in and screened and all that? How do you punish that entity when another entity that you already removed from the Premier League has been already removed? How do you create a punishment for that? If they wanna punish Roman like some way, shape, or form, like that's on them, but it's not on Chelsea in the end because you already got rid of him. Like you forced to get rid of the guy.
It is on Chelsea. It was just under his watch, and this is what I think Chelsea fans maybe aren't quite understanding. That I get that it was your old owner and whatever, but if you want me or the whole world to believe that
we don't need you guys to believe shit. We just need the Premier League panel to believe it, and that's all that matters. I don't give a shit what you believe, bro. I don't give two fucks.
If you want the Premier League panel to believe, that now that Todd Bowley's in there, all of your misfortunes prior to Todd Bowley just disappeared because you're not a brand new club. Let's not act like you're a brand new club. Your fans are still the same, and it's nothing to do with the fans, by the way. The fans have done nothing wrong. So if people are getting onto the fans, it's nothing to do with them. They didn't give the
no idea.
What I mean? They're just supporting their club, and that's it. They're going to celebrate the trophies the same way, and as they should. But for the club and other clubs that it has affected, because it's affected other clubs that you're in finals with. Even back to the Hazard deal, that's the main talking point, the Hazard agent fees and whatever.
That's not the main talking point.
Well, that's on social media. A lot of people are talking about.
Yeah, that's the one that social media brings up. The one that they're actually talking about is Eto'o. Like the one that's actually being like in full focus from the Premier is the Eto'o deal when he came from Russia.
I'll go after you guys.
That's the deal that they're looking at. Is the deal from a Russian buying from a Russian and putting money in a Russian's pocket. Like, that's the deal they're talking about.
Okay, so you cheated.
That's the deal that they're talking about.
Right.
It's not actually
So
like the Hazard one isn't. It once again from the beginning, I said that the stories have been sensationalized, bro. The stories that you're reading online on these on Twitter have been sensationalized. If you go read people that are close to this, that are close to Premier League panel and these Premier League panels, and they're reporting on these that had been reporting on Everton before the Everton thing happened. It's literally like their main focus is that deal that we made in Russia. Like, that's the main focus. So it's like okay. So it's like, yes, it's Eto'o and William. Excuse me.
Okay, so let's talk. Let's say hypothetically. Let's say hypothetically, Chelsea are found guilty. What is the talks? Obviously, I don't know about this. You lot in the chat, let us know. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me know, because I don't know. Let me finish the question. Let me finish the question. What are the possible punishments? Is what I'm asking for said crime. If anyone in the chat knows, let us know. No one knows, because personally, let me just clarify this. Do I think even if Chelsea are found guilty, anything happens to them? No. I think at most they get a fine. I don't think they'll be relegated. I don't think there'll be any points.
I just find it hard. I find it very hard to believe that they'll relegate us. If they do the point deduction thing, like whatever, like to me, this whole thing is just like, when are we gonna be done with this whole Roman in the background bullshit thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? How many like, are you gonna continue to go back and try to find Roman in the background bullshit that he did? Because I'm sure it's not just our club who is doing
Unfortunately, that's what happened.
But what you need to understand is that you benefited from this. I get that now it's a bit, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? But
no. If we get punished now, right? Say we get punished now, Casey, right? Say we get punished now is my point, right? We get punished now. How far back are we going to continuously go? Because I'm sure that there's other clubs that we can go and do this for and open a can of worms for, and it could end up being a terror to the entire Premier League. Because I'm sure that not every single club's doing this.
How many times did do you know what the funny thing is? They look back on Man United doing deals, Silas Ferguson, many times. They just didn't have the proof to go, boom, here you go. You've been doing this, we got you. Yeah, they've done that enough times with us. So it's just what goes around comes around. And in your predicament, you just weren't good enough to hide it. So with that, you cheated and you just get grabbed.
Don't get me started with y'all. You guys just got fined. You got fined for the same thing that Everton just got 10-point deduction for. You got fined for the same thing Everton got a 10-point deduction for.
We're built different.
Okay. That's why.
No, but Joe, that's what I just said.
That's why I don't think anything's going to happen, bro. We're different from what?
I agree with that. I legit said that. I said, even if you're found guilty, I don't think anything of note will happen. I think the most that will happen to you is a fine. I don't think there'll be any points deduction. I don't think there'll be any. I don't think you'll be relegated to City. That's my point. No. That's the point that I'm making. Yeah, go on, Casey. Go on.
I think you're going to be a lot more shocked than you think, bro. Because right now, they've been looking to bring in an independent or private, body to govern football, and obviously the Premier League don't want that. They can govern themselves, kind of thing. So I think that's the reason why Everton got hit so hard with this. They were only 9 million over, and they got a 10-point deduction. I think it's going to be similar with the likes of Chelsea. Not to say that they're going to get relegated or anything that extreme, but I do believe it could get to something like points deduction. I wouldn't be shocked if they also got a 10 or 12-point deduction if this, if they are charged with anything. And the same goes with City. On top of the fines, I think they will also get fines.
Bro,
They'll make a
and
statement.
if
Someone
we
will make a
get a
statement.
fine, if we get 10-point deduction, what are they going to do about City?
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. City's
Like,
the main one.
But
That's
asking
my.
the-
That's where my point kind of. That's where my.
But we're
So
asking the
here's
FA
the
to be
thing, right?
consistent.
What Everton did was just overspent, right? Like technically, if you want to put it in a perspective, technically the only thing Everton did was overspent. That's all they did, right? So like with what you have on supposedly are charging Man City, and then you already set the precedent of 10 points for one violation, right?
One little violation of
But
9
again,
million.
no, Joe. The thing you're
Like,
getting mistaken is
I don't
wait.
understand
Hold up.
where
You're
you
asking
go
the
with it, right?
wait. Hold up. You're asking the FA to be consistent. We know the FA are not consistent. What are we talking about here? We acting like we don't know who we are dealing with. This is the same FA that will give someone a 5-match ban for violent conduct, but then somebody will get found guilty of racism and get a 4-match ban. What are we doing here? We can't look at other footballing crimes and go, well, they got this for doing this. So the FA don't move like that. We know the FA, and they can't even sort out VAR.
That's the point.
They can't even sort out the officiating, and
Good
that's a week in, week out, and that's basics. Like, what are we
How
doing?
many points do you think they'll get fined though for this? Like,
how many? What do I think they'll get a fine? A certain minor?
No. I'm not even saying no. If they actually got point deducted, how many points do you think would
probably 10?
They be?
Probably about 10.
10,
15.
I'm gonna say
like
I'd say 12 in it. I'd say 12 because
I personally think
the
the Everton thing is going to get reduced to 5 anyway.
I would love for it to happen, but do I see it happening? No. To them all City, no. I don't see it happening.
Really and truly, if you guys got fined last season, you would have been relegated. You know that, right?
Sure, last season, but we're not talking about last season, are we?
I'm just looking back.
Are we?
It's a very sensitive
case. About last season?
Look back at certain things.
We have the same players as last season. Okay, thank you.
If you're getting fined that much,
bro, I can't wait till we play you in a couple weeks. I cannot wait.
Under the closet.
I cannot wait till we play y'all in a couple weeks.
Are you confident playing? You confident? You confident? Wait. Are you confident playing?
I am the one person that has been screaming from the hills that Christopher Nkunku is going to come in and he's going to be scoring. He's going to be the one that's going to score goal.
All right, that's not what I asked. Are you confident? You're confident playing us, yeah?
Yes.
All right, cool. And is that
with
because of
that,
your
it's going to end up being probably end up. I'm going to say confidence. I'm going to say confidence, and it's going to end up being a draw because that's what ends up always.
Let me ask you something. Does your confidence against us come from your performances against Arsenal and City and Liverpool?
No, I just think that overall, like the way that the team has performed, like has been put together and has performed, even in these small games. If you look at like where we don't have some of our misses and players that we have. In like the small games specifically, like I think that this team's going to start clicking pretty soon. Soon.
All right, cool. Let me just get to these couple of these super chats as well. And you lot, before I do get to the super chats, over 100 people in here. Run up the likes. I'm not sure how many likes were on, but it's not enough. Hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Is it? All right, cool. Yeah, you lot, man. Run up the likes even further. You know what I'm saying in that? Run up the likes even further. And whether you're watching this live right now or watching this back, hit the subscribe button as well. Boss says, flawless, don't try twist it, bro. LOL, no passer, bro. You just mad Manchester United, crap. I wasn't trying to twist anything. Look at what you said. Like, that's all it was. And it's nothing to do with Manchester United. But yeah, big up for the super chat. It was nothing to do with that. But shout out to Mo. Every single time as well. Let's see what else you are saying as well. There's another super chat way to get to. Also, again, another one. Honestly, big up for the super chat. Says Liverpool ideally want a verdict to be reached before the start of 2024/25 season. Enough topic. Big up you, man. Them keep the grind going. Big up. Honestly, big up for the kind words there at the end as well. And yeah, I'm hoping the only way I see it actually sticking and City and or Chelsea getting an actual severe punishment is the big clubs saying investigate this. So are Liverpool, are Arsenal, are Manchester United, are Spurs, etc. But we'll see. It makes sense.
Good to see.
Well, then they have to be willing to be able to open their own books at that point.
Yeah, of course.
That's where I don't think that these clubs want to do that. That's where I don't think that they'll put their own energy into it, because then they'll have to be willing to be like, yeah, Here's open sesame. Let's see what you guys have been doing for the last 5 years. So I just don't think anybody wants to do it.
I would love Man United to do that. I'd love them to do it.
I'd run the risk for you lot to. I'd take a hit for City and Chelsea to take
I'd
it.
100% take it.
100%.
Bro, with what you guys have done, with what you guys, you know that you guys have done.
I'm so honest. Run it up.
What? Okay, wait, Mo. Wait, hold up, Mo. What have we done?
My name's not Mo. And,
Mo. Joe. What have we done? I was reading a comment. That's why I was reading a comment as I was saying that. What have we done?
Let us know.
Because I was reading a comment. What have we done?
Yeah.
Man keep saying this. We know what you guys have done. What have we done?
Earlier in our conversation, Corey was the one that brought up the shady things that Alex Ferguson had done.
Yeah, we done and we got off. So what have we done?
That he said. I don't know nothing.
Okay, so you have no reference to it. You have no reference.
No, my reference is him.
Yeah, but we got off. We got off though. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing new there.
We got allegations already, but we busted.
But you could bust cases still. They could still come back for you. What are you talking about? Don't matter.
Course, but they ain't gonna get us back. All right, cool. Why you always bypassing on Chelsea? The floor is the point. Like this guy. Always.
We're just doing hypotheticals here. We're doing hypotheticals here.
Yeah, no, but that is the case though. This ain't a hypothetical. This is facts. According to honesty, this is fact. This ain't no hypothetical. This is literal. And this is the only way I actually see you getting a severe punishment.
Let's move on. I apologize. Let's move on.
That's cool. No need to apologize, man. The chat loving it. Don't worry about it.
Flawless. For me, I'd happily reopen the old cases
Facts.
just so these guys get a hit. Just so City get a hit. I'm running.
If I'm going down, we're going down.
Fair.
I'm okay with it, though.
The pain.
I'm fine with it because I know by the end of the day, if I see City doing this, City will be finished. If they get hit for 150 charges, City are done.
Yeah,
no more than just name about that little franchise that they got going there. Chelsea, I don't know. You guys will probably rise again due to the fact that you kind of got a fan base behind you in the back end. City don't have that. City don't have that. And if they lose their oil money, now we're talking like championship level type beat. Because forget the Bernardo Silvas, the Dokus, all of these players, young talents that they're bringing in. That ain't happening no more. They can't even afford to fund the dinner lane.
Go on.
If City do get done, and they get their title stripped off them, that means Ollie wins a Premier League title.
Anyone claiming that is like
I don't care for that.
I ain't claiming none of that. I ain't claiming none of them Premier Leagues.
I don't know if they'll be taking away titles. I think that's still far. That's far.
Like, I don't. Yeah, that's a stretch. Yeah,
that's
they don't
even
claim it
first.
because
Like you're going from relegation to taking away titles is like a whole nother level. Like
facts. Like when Juventus got stripped of their titles, did the teams finish second get them titles, or were they just void?
No, they're just no.
Yeah, they just know them things in it. I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Manchester United finish second, City get stripped, so you get
3
2
years,
more
right, Wallace? It was 3 years that they got their
something like that. That's that's null involved. Yeah, because I don't remember like an AC Milan or Inter Milan, whoever finished second. I don't know who finished seconds those Serie A seasons, but I don't remember that. Someone correct me again if I'm wrong. If in that case as well. Honestly, big up for the super chat as well, who says, yeah, no titles are getting taken. Yeah, I didn't think so. Bear in mind, people, I don't think anything's going to happen. There is a stat about there has been 187 injuries since VAR compared to before VAR. My question, why don't the Prem use VAR like they did at the World Cup? Because you're asking, tying into the FA, you're asking them to move.
Right back to the FA.
Yeah, back to the FA, you're asking them to move like a competent organization, and they're incompetent.
Yeah,
we know this. Go on, Gacy. Go.
That stop and start, I heard as well. I see something on that as well. I can't remember the exact percentage, but it was staggering. Like it was something mad. The amount of percentage of stoppages now that VAR's in the game and the time out the game has just decreased, and that's why there's obviously this whole extra time. I don't think the extra time is the main issue. I think the stopping and starting, so like when you're playing a sport. We've all played sport, I'm guessing. When you play sport, and then in fact, even at work, you go to work. Maybe the start of the day you're not 100%, but as the day goes on, you're good. You get to lunch, you have your lunch, you have your little break, and then after break is to restart and get back to the level you was at before. It's hard to do, and it's the same with football. If you're playing at this high level, and then there's a stoppage for X amount of minutes, you're walking around, standing around, the crowd's there, the this, the that, your levels are dropping, you're calming down. Then you've got to, as soon as the whistle blows back up, pick it up where you left off, get back to that intensity, it has an effect on the players' bodies, and it's showing with the injuries and the muscle injuries players are picking up, because it's the stopping and the starting that I think is something they need to look at. How quick
I think that could definitely. I think that definitely has impact. Yeah, go on, Joe.
I kind of agree with you, but I think it has a little bit. The VAR has not the stopping and starting for me is as much as the problem, but the fact of the matter is these games have turned into 100+ minute games every single game. You're asking these guys to play overtime games pretty much every single game. Like, think about it. Like, most games now, like, extra times, minimum 4 or 5 minutes. Minimum. Back in the day, you get 5 minutes at most. Unless there's been some crazy stuff going on. Now we're getting 10 sometimes. And you're asking these guys, like, if you add it all up, if you're after 10 games of playing, you're playing a whole extra game. So it's like, you're just adding way too much stress on everybody's knees. And that's just, to me, that's just not the whole stopping and starting. I would understand, but I try to look at it specific. When I look at injuries, I try to look at it from other sports and sports perspectives, and what other sports have that same type of similar style of consistently running and having that kind of stop start in types of scenarios. And I just kind of put basketball in mind when I thought about it, and that there is a lot of stop start and a lot of running in that sport as well. I mean, I feel rugby is very similar too, but I just like these guys. Not only are we putting all this extra time on, but we already have enough. We put way too many games on for them. International, they don't get a break. There was a point where Pedri was played 700 games straight in between or six, that was 300 games or something like that in between when he played at youth level all the way until Barcelona and playing for Spain. He started every single game that he was in the squad for and played 70+ minutes or something. It was and he had an unbelievable amount of minutes on it. So that's the only thing is for me. I think it's a lot. It's we're adding more and more minutes on these guys' legs in just different ways, quite consistently, actually.
Yeah, I think the way it stems from. Yeah, I think like you said, Casey made a point with the stopping and starting. Yeah, go on, Corey. Go on.
No, I was just saying all these competitions that we're in as well. And then, even I'm sure come next season, isn't the Champions League changing as well? Where there's going to be more teams.
They're adding more games.
More games getting added, including the stop and starting of the VAR. It's just getting mad. You expect these
I know I'm not going to be happy.
People are saying people got teams got too many players and then they got 8 injuries. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think it's definitely is it's definitely impacted it. You can see it, and they do need to pattern it because the amount of injuries and it's the non-contact injuries as well, which is crazy. It's not it's a challenge, and the player is muscular. A player would just be by himself running, and then boom. And players have always got injured, from the beginning of the time. But it's the amount is crazy. It's it's not even a challenge anymore, or a player falls on a player or something like that. Players are just running.
Think about it. When do they actually get a break? Like, when is there a time for, like, you say an international football player, like a consistent starter for an international team who starts for their club, they're at a league they're in a international team that plays in, like, they're a high-level international team, high-level, like, club team. When do they get a break? When does a guy get a break? When do they get the rest of their legs during the year? At what point? Maybe 2 weeks total? I mean, you're talking back in the day, like they used to get 2 months, most of these guys. And it didn't help when we put the World Cup right in the middle of the season last year, to be honest. So
it's just they do their individual training before they go back to their preseason training as well. So really and truly, they're doing all this training for much, much longer than a lot of people perceive it to be. And then they've got to go and play, like, it may not be high intensity, or not as high intensity, but playing it's not professional. Yeah, it is a professional preseason game. Like, someone of my level, I'll be dying on the ground if I'm playing these games. You know what I mean? And they have to go
game every 2 days. I would have been dead, bro. 2 days.
And
I would have been dead.
Closed door games as well. Like, these guys are playing ridiculous amount of games, and then they're expecting them to be ready to literally fly over to God knows what country to go play this game, fly back. You got another game in 2 days, 3 days time. Like, it's actually mad.
And then adding to it as well, like you said, adding to the Champions League, adding to the Club World Cup as well. They're adding to, like, it is, and then you've got obviously the international tournaments on top of that. Yeah, it is crazy. Yeah. But hey, love to everyone that's tapped in. Yeah, go on, Casey.
Very well. For what they do. So
they do.
I hear it, but then at the same time, I get you lot's point. I get the point that they may be, you know, where's their break, where's their this, where's their that. But they're not saying that when they're signing.
Oh, I get you. I get you. But, like,
I hear it.
Casey, here's a great example for you, bro. Great example. Your own boy, right? Your own boy, Saka, right?
Yeah.
My man plays every single game. Every single game. 90 minutes, almost 90 minutes every single game. A guy like that will get worn out closer before his 30s more than someone who actually could get a break. That's why some of the players back in the day, that's why they could play in their 30s and with their knees still being all right? Back in the day, they could play in their 30s. Now these guys get to their 30s and they're done. You feel me? So that to me, that's what I would like, right? I would like some more longevity for these guys. It's not necessarily. I get you with the how much they get paid. I mean, yeah, I mean, for how much they get paid, they should.
But it's also on them to look at it. But also on top of that, you have to look at it. I see both sides. Players have to look after themselves.
True.
That's it.
That helps because we've seen longevity from certain players. Yes.
There's players on the pitch that are just not running around, not working, and not doing, you know, not putting their heart, and they're putting everything, basically not putting everything on the pitch.
Yeah, that December. That December is going to be hell for them.
When I see that, that's when I'm like, I'm not really hearing they're playing loads of games, all of this, all of that, because it's not like when you're playing, you're giving everything. If you're giving everything, then and then I can understand when the players have to break. You're going to need a break. But if you're not giving everything on the pitch, I'm seeing you moseying around, but, you know, and you're getting injured and all of this, I'm not hearing it. I'm thinking you're getting big bucks. You're living literally every kid's dream. Like, it's
facts.
That's true.
You live in a dream. You are, and like you said,
I'm saying the reason for these injuries, though, right? The reason for these injuries is the amount of games that these guys got to play. I'm not giving them a pass from playing these games, right? I'm just saying you add on with the amount of games that you're adding on, and you're adding an extra almost at minimum 10 minutes to at the end of every single game extra than you would normally have on added time. Those minutes add up, bro. Those minutes are going to add up.
This is what the squad's for.
And that's on that is also on the manager because players are not playing themselves. Players are not playing themselves every minute. That's on managers.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're very correct about that.
And this is going to force people to use their squads. You know,
what you also think is about how high,
Victor, last point on it.
How high intensity like football is right now, like how high intensity like football, like how fast paced it is, plus the minutes. That does also play a factor into it. Because the way the Premier League's playing now, it plays like 100 miles an hour every single game. Every game is always high intensity, high pace, no matter who's playing who. And then additionally to the minutes as well, it doesn't help. Well, obviously, there's nothing they can really do about that because obviously that's how the game is currently. But if you know games are, you know, if everyone's over exerted their body normally in a game to kind of win a 90 minutes of football, surely you have to like either make the time. Obviously, I mean extra time, not like reduce football from 90 minutes to 70. That's stupid. Or like reduce the extra time minutes, and also like allow more recovery time for teams as well. That's my opinion. I think that's what needs to be done.
Well, that's fair.
I think players should take less wages then, because you're playing less football.
No, I think
that's a whole.
I also.
And
no, I think
they
should just stop. No, I personally
there's so much money in football. That's why there's so many games, because there's so much money in football.
But there's more to football.
I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair.
You can tie your brand and everything. That's what
money. But this is where the whole player power, the huge contracts, it makes an imbalance, because if how they're looking at it is some people don't look at these players as a football player. They're looking at you as an asset. You're an asset to my club, and I'm going to use you as such. Now, if you're an expensive asset, I cannot have an expensive asset doing nothing. I need to have my expensive asset doing what it can whenever I possibly can. You get what I mean? So for us as football fans, we don't want to see our players getting injured. We want to see our players, performing the best every game, but we understand there's going to have to be a balance. They can't do it 24/7. They have to have a rest. But the higher ups and the people that own these assets are not seeing it like that. If I'm paying something or someone 350 or 400 or whatever it might be a week, they better play and they better be available. And if they're not, then I'm finding the best way to get them back fit so that they can get back on the pitch. And you know what I mean? For them,
I see both sides. It's both sides, because like you mentioned, they're having a valuable asset, and then on the flip side of that, you should also give your valuable asset the best possible platform to then perform. You want your valuable asset performing at the highest level at all times, and that ties into not playing him week in, week out, said player, whoever they get. Why are you running him into the ground and then wondering why he dwindles? Big up to Honesty for the super chat as well. Says tell City to run Mendy as guap his money. Big up to you. Big up Hassam. You know what I'm saying? This troll in the chat says, man, them streaming without Months. Judgment Day coming. Like Months doesn't know that we're here. Months is in the chat. You joke, man. You acting like Months don't know. But big up to Hassam. Make sure you subscribe to this football.
All right, Monts' birthday is in like a couple of days, and he's just enjoying his.
Yeah, man, let him do his thing. But yeah, we are gonna close out the show, people. We are gonna close out. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well. Months will be back shortly, people. He was in the chat anyway. But like I said, run up the likes, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you subscribe to this fraud in the chat, Hassam. This is football. Make sure you go subscribe to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to Sarcasm City TV as well, people. Support all of the gang as well. I believe we're live back on here tomorrow. I believe so. Probably same time. I think 7 p.m. Keep a lookout, because that could change. But yeah, Big Six Bands, man, we're going to keep the content rolling. Shout out to Months, whole Big Six Bands hierarchy as well. Big up Corey, KC, Victor, Joe as well. Big up to everyone in the chat, man. You lot are real ones. And we are going to close out the show. I hope you lot have enjoyed it as well. Salute.